Hey, in this video, we're going to talk about why your sales are falling flat and how to fix it. I'm Diane Prince. I've built and exited companies, including 2 staffing agencies, one of which scaled to an 8-figure business, and we sold to a public company for $28 million. One thing I've seen over and over again, founders who think they have a sales problem, but they really can't figure out what the problem is or put their finger on it. So we're going to talk about that, and the answer is might not be what you think. So you might think that you're having a sales slump, but a common founder mistake is that leads are coming in and no one's following up fast enough or consistently. And that is where I see most founders fall flat with sales. You are probably leaving so much money on the table. I too used to have a leaky funnel. Okay. I would all of a sudden realize that I had an email like from, oh my gosh, I'd be like, oh, I got an email 5 days ago. And you know what happens when somebody, even it happens a lot where founders, it's happened to me where somebody's replied to my outreach and I didn't even see it. And you know what happens when you're reaching out or somebody wants to work with you, if you don't answer right away, they're going to find another solution. Okay, so it's really important to jump on those leads as quickly as possible when you get their attention, and here's how to do it. So what you need is systems. You need systems to nurture your leads. Nurturing your leads, sometimes people will ask me, well, how many times do you follow up? You follow up until somebody says yes or no or leave me alone. And even when they say no, by the way, we have a sequence after that when they say no. Because, well, according to HubSpot statistics, the average client says no 4 times before they get to a yes. Okay, so sometimes people will ask me, well, aren't I annoying my prospects? I look at it this way, like, what's the best and what's the worst that could happen? The best is I get a fabulous new client. The worst is that I might annoy someone I don't even know. But what I find is that people thank me for my consistency. They thank me for my persistence. And when you're following up with prospects, you're showing them what it's going to be like to work with you. You're showing them that you're reliable and you're consistent. So your sales problem is likely in your systems. Assuming that you have a good product, assuming you have product market fit, assuming you're attracting leads, your sales problem is probably a leaky funnel. I used to have it, and now I am absolutely amazed that I've gotten it together. And I'm going to share with you how I have fixed my funnel. And it's basically through delegation and systems. So systems aren't just tools or ops talk. Systems are the glue that holds your sales process together. Okay. So ask yourself, like, who's tracking your leads? What's your follow-up timeline? Is it consistent or is it random? And who owns the SOP, the standard operating procedure? Because if you don't have a sales nurturing SOP, you are missing out and you are leaving money on the table. What I've done to solve this problem, because I know if it's just on me, it's going to be random and I'm going to get sales, but I'm not going to get nearly the amount of sales that I could if I don't have a system in place. Okay. I'm not a naturally organized person and I'm pretty random. So here's what I need to do. I assign a virtual assistant to monitor the lead flow and the follow-up. We update and maintain SOPs every 90 days because we check to see what's working and what's not. We toss what's not working and we keep what is. We've also built out a CRM system, a process that supports delegation. We use HubSpot right now. There's so many different CRM tools. You might have an applicant tracking system, an ATS that has a CRM as well, but you need a process that supports delegation. What I mean by that is you need something that everybody can look at who's part of the sales process, so everybody knows where the lead is through where it's going through the pipeline. And you need a follow-up workflow with auto reminders. Okay. And you need to have the right person. If you're working with a virtual assistant, you need to have the right person in the right seats. You need to have the right person to help you to follow up. It can't just be anybody. And I had somebody she was a great, really appreciated her, really like her. She just wasn't super consistent. She's great at sales. But she was great at sales in the way that she was good on camera, but she just wasn't good at follow-up. So I had to make a change. And now it's absolutely amazing because I know once I bring in a lead, if I attract a lead, I can hand it over. I can add it into HubSpot, or I can even say to my virtual assistant, hey, follow up with this lead. And I know that my lead is being nurtured until the person says yes. And if you're doing this yourself, make sure that you make it a habit and then you have a follow-up workflow with auto reminders and systems in place so that you know that you can count on yourself to follow up with your prospects. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel where I share tips for entrepreneurs. My vision is to make entrepreneurship easier for anyone who wants to start a company. And I'm going to leave you with this. Ask yourself, what's one task you're still doing that someone else could own today? Okay. And if you need help building systems, there's information in the comments. So don't hesitate to contact us. We'd love to help you. I'm Diane Prince, and I hope you have a wonderful business journey.